Jill Malik. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit that sub button and the notification bell to be notified when I do go live. How you guys doing today? My name is Jill Malik. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit that sub button and that notification bell to be notified when I do go live. But today we are going to be talking about a good, exciting movie. If you guys haven't watched it, before I start this video, I'm going to let you know that it's going to be a lot of spoiler alerts that I'm going to put in this video. So if you haven't watched it, you might as well click off right now. But let's just jump right into it, folks. So we're talking about this movie named Army of the Dead. And it has a good cast member like David Bautista, a.k.a. who is a wrestler. He's in the movie. He's like one of the main characters. Hold on, just give me a second. I got to send somebody an email. See if I was able to get in there. But I can still talk to you guys. Y'all can hear me, right? Yeah, y'all can hear me. But this was like one of the best zombie movies I have ever seen since beginning of time, put it that way. I like the fact that they were more creative with the zombies when they made this movie. And it was like they basically made these zombies more like, it was like some type of, like, I don't know if they were like aliens or if they were just smart zombies that adapted, because it started out the movie is based on like in the area of Vegas, and these army people are driving, and next thing you know, they crash because these other two people in their car was getting it on, about to do something. They just got married, and they crash, boom, and then, you know, this big old container just falls in the middle of the road. It opens up, and they call the people like, hey, you guys got to get out of, you guys need to get out of there. And it was like the lady told them to run the F away, like just run. She's telling the army people to run, and they're not even listening to her. And next thing you know, this thing comes out of full-on attack mode. They shooting it, it ain't dropping. I'm talking about the thing didn't drop at all. Like they shooting the mess out of this thing. It just coming. The next thing you know, they that thing got to tearing them people up. I'm talking about killed every army person there. It was moving so fast and adapted quick to the environment that it was in. It was just killing them. And then they just go off into the credits and they started showing how Vegas started turning out zombified, like with just people were turning into like just zombies. And it goes like a couple years later or a couple months later, they're all at a refugee camp, like the regular people who survived the attack. They're at a refugee camp, and they have to. This guy comes to them. Oh snap! Let's bring Kat in. What's up, Kat in? How you doing? Peace and love. I see you.
Hey, Gio.
Hey, yeah, but I was telling the people about this about the movie. Okay, so at the refugee part, when the people was at the refugee camp, they ended up. This guy ended up, what's his name in the movie? His name is Kaden. What was the guy's name?
Main character?
The Asian guy that offered them to go into the into
Tanaka.
Tanaka. There we go. That Tanaka guy. How much did he offer them? 100-something million or something like that, or million?
There was like $200 million in the casino, but he offered Scott $50 million to get his team together to go retrieve that money from that vault.
Yeah, and so by the time they have to go to the city now, they have to go back through Vegas, and everything boarded up. Like they put all these containers, these big truck trailer containers up to board the city off. And so they go into the city. Now, by the time they go into the city, these zombies or whatever you want to call them have adapted. So Kaden, tell us a little bit more about what you seen when those zombies adapted. I know you watched it.
Well, there were regular zombies that just didn't know anything, and then there's a group of them that were the smart ones, the fast ones. Somehow the queen got pregnant. How did she get pregnant? You have the king that looks over the entire city. Like, they're damn near human. They just can't talk.
That part. And it was the main, so the king zombie guy was the one that was in the beginning, right? But he was bald.
Yeah, he's the one that escaped from that truck that got overturned. He's the one who became the king that wore that titanium helmet thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
he was
he
like,
started his kingdom, and that was his kingdom, was the city of Vegas.
yeah, and it was like he was so smart that during one point in time in the movie, he put some type of thing over his face, like it was like a titanium plate, to because he knew that getting shot in the head as a zombie, you're dead. He
Yeah.
put some type of plate over his face, and I think they even have the name of him in here. I think his name was Leon Beckwith. I think that was the guy who played him. I think his name was Leon Beckwith. He played him, and he had this metal thing over his face to where when they would shoot him, he wouldn't. It would just bounce off. The bullets would ricochet off of his face. And a lot of people who did it like Twitter reviews of the movie was like, how did he got shot in the face and he had that thing on it, not a dent. They was like he have not a dent, but I think that was more of a titanium mask. You can't really dent titanium for all the people like who want to know what titanium is. It comes in a liquid form. It can come even hard. If you drop it like a box or something on cement, it'll break cement. But now let's talk about scenes of the movie. What was your favorite part of this movie?
My favorite part was when old dude got his karma, when that the CG tiger came and ate his head off basically after all the bad things that he did for that head, because he told him he only wanted a vial of blood from the queen when he ended up decapitating her. So he was sneaky about the whole thing. It wasn't even about the money. He just wanted it to get that, because the head was worth a lot of money, but he wasn't keeping it real. But when that tiger ate him up, he deserved it. It was so funny. That tiger with one eye ate the hell out of him.
That tiger tore him up. I ain't gonna lie. That tiger, like, the tiger was so smart though. Like okay, so when they found out he cut the queen's head off, like he went back. The zombie heard scream, so he went back and grabbed the body and took it to all the other zombie members because it was the only one way that you could become one of those type of zombies. He had they remember that part where they set the guy up. What's his name? Let me see. His name was Theo Rosi or something like that.
The
They said,
security guard at the camp.
yeah, Brute. Thank you, my brother Perry, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Shout out to our special guest, Cat Ann. Shout out to Cat Ann in here tonight. But it was that guy like Brute or whatever. He was like assaulting a woman at the camp and stuff like that, and doing stuff to the women. So it was like they tricked him to come because they needed him to get into the city. So they needed an offer because that's how those zombies was rolling. They was like, when you come here, the girl who was that girl that knew a lot?
I think her name was Coyote or something. They called her Coyote because she knew everything about the city of Vegas. She knew how to get people in and out of there. But then
Yeah,
again, what happened to her in the end? She had a good plan, huh?
yeah, she had a real good plan. She said we gotta do an offering. We gotta offer somebody up. So she got the dude gun. The dude that was doing that to the woman and was like, "Let me see her gun." He was like, "As long as you promise to give it back." And she shot him. Boom. And then she shot him again. Boom. And she was like, "Oh, we need to give them something. We need to give them something to show them that we. So in order to come here, we gotta get sacrificed. We gotta give them somebody." So when he was shot, all you heard was that, I know is that woman came, the queen came, and she came with some other dude, like some other zombie dude,
Her
and they
security
jumping
guard.
around. Yeah, it was crazy. She looked at him and he was like, no, 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 no. She was like, they can't talk, you know what I'm saying? They just like, okay, like we finna take you. And then she looked at the other zombie and they took him, they ain't eat him, they just dragged him to where all the other zombies was. And these zombies,
Olympus.
the Olympus palace. That's where he stored them at. When
Mm.
he took them in there, these zombies did not bite him, attack him, nothing. They were so smart. Like they didn't want to eat him. They wanted to turn him into a next level. I call them next level zombies. Like they weren't average zombies. Zombies, like it was one scene where these zombies were, man, when Batista was fighting them, these zombies was like dodging punches and punching back. I'm like, whoa, these zombies on a whole nother level. Like they was acting like human ninjas, and
Yeah,
it
they
was
could
all,
fight.
yeah, they can fight real well. So, and it was what Omar Hard was in the movie. He did a very good role. He was the guy who had the little chainsaw thing, the black actor dude. His name was, I forgot his name. I do not know how to say his name in the movie. It started with a B, but he was more likely the one that he made it or whatever towards the ending. But
We thought he made it. They wanted us to believe he made it. So he's basically gonna start a whole nother apocalypse in Utah. Start this whole thing all over again.
because he was big, but
Hmm.
the movie was so good. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, my part two was the part where the I would say honestly, my part is where the part where when they was fighting them zombies and that one bald headed zombie came out of nowhere and was doing flips and punching and kicking. I was like, whoa, this ain't no regular zombie. And when he fought the kings, Omar fought that king zombie. That king zombie was messing him up. I ain't gonna lie. He thought he could whoop him. Like he was like, "Oh, I got this," and like he threw the other dude to the side and told him to watch out. Man, he got to fighting that zombie. That zombie grabbed his hand, crushed his hand, punched him, threw him against the wall. I said, "Yeah, he ain't even trying to bite him. He just trying to just brutalize this man." It's like it was like I watch a mom bag in this whatever you want to call it, horror action. It had all genres in one.
Zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, zombie apocalypse movie, but it had some I wouldn't necessarily say it had its romantic things. It did. It kind of, but it was like on a different level of romance with the mom, the father and the daughter thing, like where they had the like
Now, people are calling the daughter the villain in this whole movie because they feel like, okay, she wasn't even supposed to be on that trip anyways, but they feel like she got the whole entire team killed for her own gain, just to save her friends, who none of them
yeah,
survived in the end anyways.
yep. I would honestly say that's the truth because he said it. That David Batista even said it. Like Scott Ward, he said, "I don't think you should come on this trip with us because you'll risk the whole entire team." And he was right because she went over there. If she wouldn't have put it this way, if she wouldn't have left up in that thing and left like in that little tunnel thing,
Yeah.
they still would be alive because they wouldn't have been looking for her. You see what I'm saying? Because they already had that one guy who was trying to separate the team. It wouldn't have really separated the team as much as he would have thought he could have done it if that girl wouldn't have left and went up that sewer thing and then turned around. They looking for her. Now then they got trapped. Now they got the entire zombie after them because this guy done cut the queen head off. That was the main reason why they really went over there, was for one of those heads of those fast zombies to pop up to make more of those zombies. They didn't even go over there really for the money. They went over there
Right.
to control the population of those zombies. When they cut that queen head off, when I say that king, he went crazy. He sent all the zombies over there, and the tiger zombie, this dude was riding a zombie horse. I ain't ever seen, man. This man was riding a zombie horse. The tiger followed him, the whole pack coming. I'm like, yeah, they done messed up. The tiger's so damn smart. That I was noticing, I was like, ooh, that's cold. Like they all went into the building where they was at, and the tiger just posted up on a car and just stood there. I said, ooh, that's for if anybody come out, that tiger finna get him. So happy his ass came out. The dude that was trying to set them all up, man, when he came out there, that tiger, what did he do? It smacked him or something. It rushed him.
It's
Boom!
like he stood up on two legs and beat the hell out of him, and then he bit his head off.
Man, I'm my hit man's part his whole body, the structure thing. Boom! I was like, damn, like then he couldn't move. Like it was nothing he could do. The tiger hit him again. Boom! This time he had scratches all over his face. I'm like, damn, like then the tiger just peacefully walking towards him. Now, like, boom, he got to him and just bit his whole entire face off. I said, oh yeah, that was cold. He deserved that though. Like
He did.
him and that guy that was like doing that to the women in the refugee camps and setting people up. Those are the main people who deserved it. Who I didn't, who I didn't like who passed away was Marina. Was Tig her real name? The one that was the pilot that was supposed to be. She was cool. I don't see why
Yeah,
she passed.
she didn't need to die. She just yeah. She should have lived. I feel like Dave Batista should have lived too.
Yeah.
But the only person that lived was the one that shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Yep. And now towards the ending, like when they was on the roof and she brought the helicopter back, because remember they thought she had left them, and she brought the helicopter back, and that zombie dude, the king, I don't know how he had that little metal thing on his face. He couldn't die. But he came up the stairs and seen them there, and they was like, hurry up, let's go. He grabbed that stick out that pole and threw it at that girl, hit her in her shoulder. That thing went through her shoulder and hung up against that wall. I thought he was gonna let them go. You know, he was like jumped on he jumped on the helicopter, fighting Batista. Ended up, I don't know, I forgot. He ended up biting Batista, and Batista ended up shooting his head. The helicopter crashed. And this is the part that was like weird to me, that the daughter was finally like saying that she loved her father and stuff like that.
Right when he dies. Yeah,
he died and turned into a zombie, and she had to kill him. I didn't like that part at all. I did not like that, because I was like, that's unfair. And did she die? She didn't die though.
No, she's the only one who lived.
Yeah, it's the main. If she would have went, she would have just been the only. Everybody was trying to just like save her after a while, because if she was like running up in these places and doing all this random stuff, like it was just crazy. I didn't like that either. I think I would agree with the people on Twitter. She was the villain. Now, what was your favorite like death scene on this movie?
The guy who got bit by the tiger. But the death scene that I didn't understand was the coyote. She acted like she had a plan when she told him to go away with that helicopter. Trust me, I have a plan. I have a plan. What was your plan? Because you just got killed. What was your plan? Like, did she have a plan? Because what was her plan? She basically was killed for what?
Yeah, I didn't get that part either. My favorite death scene was the part when the girl that said, "I came here for you," to Batista, to David, and she like them zombies came out that elevator and one turned her head around.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Her head was just sitting on backwards.
That was crazy. Then it was like her spinal cord poked out of her, like when her whole head turned around, her spinal cord came out of her that shit was terrible.
She wasn't even blinking. Oh,
he turned her whole head around. Thank you for the $3 super chat. I appreciate you a lot. I really do. But yeah, and who was your favorite actor before we end it in like the next minute and a half? Who was your favorite actor in this movie?
I would say Scott Ward. I mean, he really did the work. I just don't think he deserved to die in the end.
Yeah, I would say honestly, my favorite actor in this movie, it has to be the guy who played that zombie. Whoever like the king zombie. I'm trying to look
Mr. No Name. He didn't have a name because he couldn't talk.
No, his name was his actor name was Leon, but we're gonna just call him Headmaster Zombie King or whatever.
With no dents in his helmet.
That helmet was killing me, but he was the only smartest zombie out of all of them, because none of them had. Now, if he was smart, and he wanted to hook them up, obviously he didn't want to hook the ones up that he turned. He was the only one who had that little faceplate thing over his face, and I said, yeah, they shooting him, and it ain't even affecting him, like, but he was strong, like, whatever. And this movie goes off of science made him.
The government made him, because if I remember correctly, he did have some stuff hooked up to his chest in the first couple of scenes.
Little things hooked up to him in the first beginning when they first showed him, but the way he was moving, that right there is scary. Like, I ain't ever seen no zombie movie with a Resident Evil hasn't even done this. Silent Hill hasn't done this. No zombie movie has, even Dawn of the Dead. That was a good movie, but these zombies was on a whole nother level of what a zombie is supposed to I would say it shouldn't. A zombie shouldn't look like that, but they did it so well that if anything was to happen, like in a science lab, and it went wrong, and or either they crashed their experiment in a desert somewhere, and this thing gets out, the way when I seen it first move, like when it came, that guy was moving so fast, like they was shooting at him. He was moving fake, killed one, killed the other, killed the other, killed the other, killed the other. I'm like, man, this dude just he killing them within seconds. And then he
Mm-hmm.
chased the last two dudes down in the desert and he bit them and they come back up. I'm like, yeah, this is about to be crazy. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold you too long, Cat Ann. And thank you for calling up. You usually don't call up, but you had to call up because this is your movie you was telling me
I
about.
did enjoy it. I thought it was a good watch. I
So we
thought it
should
was well worth the 90 million, and because I'm really into zombie movies. What does
oh,
everybody else think?
okay, that's what's up. So, is you down to do another review on me on a good Netflix movie? We can do another review.
Oh, I don't know. I'll think about it.
Okay, for sure. Thank you a lot. But we're gonna wrap it up here and thank y'all everybody for the super chats. I appreciate y'all a lot. And thank my panelists that came up here, Cat Ann. Y'all give her a shout out. Give her a hand clap in the bottom of the comments. And thank everybody who came in here. Keep the comments going down below. If you haven't watched the movie, just go watch it right now and then come back and say, oh yeah, that was. Tell us your favorite part of the movie. Tell us the favorite actor you liked it. Tell us your favorite scene. Keep the comments going down in the bottom of the below. And also hit them thumbs up for me. And on the count of three, Cat Ann, we're going to piece these people out. One, two, three.
Bye.
Peace, y'all.